there anything that you feel like you did that was super unconventional and that has worked really well for Humanitix?
It's most unconventional that we've done, other than a startup with
Other
no
than literally,
equity,
yeah,
sharing a
what you are.
salary with a friend on a handshake. What's most maybe unconventional and also has been quite beautiful is the team culture and the team vibe that we have at Humanitix is something that we've just embraced as just being humans. We genuinely don't have a mask that people put on. And, when we started to build the team, I had, luckily, my parents allowed us to use their garage for us to grow the team in, because obviously we was short on cash. And we grew the team to 8 or 9 people out of my parents' garage. And they were, to be honest, my mum was stoked to have me back at the home. I think they were suffering from an empty nest. But amazing credit to them to allow us to do that. But, my grandpa, who is a really good engineer, amazing engineer, lives with them. And so, we'd have people come over for an interview and they'd knock on the door, and sometimes Henry, my grandfather, would beat us to it, and he'd waddle over to the door, open the door, and who are you? And I'd then come scuttling in and say, oh, thanks, Henry. Hi, come on in. You're here for the interview. And it's, some engineer or something who's in for an interview. And so, the whole team grew up around essentially my family and Josh's family as well, because we'd get to use his parents' home occasionally as well, who were very amazing to give us their space from time to time. But I think, that kind of environment makes you have to drop any act that you want to put on, because, parents are around, the grandparents are there, you can't put on an act. I've started a company with my best friend, so we both know who each other are. So I think that, so if we were to act strange in that kind of weird professional masks that, we tend to want to put on in professional environments, we just weren't able to. And I think that's had a tremendous influence on the culture at Humanitix, and has filtered into everything with the way that we treat our organizers, and we say I love you to each other just because it's a nice thing to say. And we say it to our organizers, and we say it to our clients. And I guess that's unconventional.
Is Henry still showing people through?
Actually, something funny. So we obviously since moved to offices once we outgrew that, and we were able to, afford offices as well. But the engineering team loved working out of my parents' home. So they said, can we just one day a week, just 10 of us or something, go and work out of your parents' home? And my mum and my dad, they obviously loved the idea. They thought it was great. So then one day a week, we have, a group of our engineers going and working out of my parents' house. And I'm not even there. It's just, at the McCurdies, they're doing their thing. And these are people that I had never met before we hired them at Humanitix.
It's like, what's work-life balance at Humanitix?
Right.
It's all the one thing.
Exactly. It's been such a beautiful side to the whole story.